time. And I think he's probably excited about that too. I mean, the first time to go in the NFL, I remember mine. I mean, I didn't get to play until the last 2 minutes of the game, but it's something that he'll remember forever. I mean, most of us have dreamt about this moment, since we were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So for him to get a chance to go out there and actually take the field, even though it's preseason,
I mean, he's funny, he's optimistic, he's lighthearted, but he works hard. He takes it seriously, his craft, and he's watching what the others are doing, and doing it his own way in which only he can. So, looking forward to see him, in these preseason games and how he manages the offense. But
what in the dog pound drama is this? Myles Garrett and Joe Flacco just went viral, and not for a sack or a spiral. Nope. They said this about Shedeur Sanders, and now the whole internet's acting like Cleveland just won the Super Bowl in July. QB1? Already? Did Flacco just pass the torch or drop it on live TV? Grab your popcorn, because whatever you thought you knew about the Browns' quarterback room just got torched. Let's break it down.
I'm already seeing articles about, are the Browns setting Shedeur Sanders up to fail as he opens up his NFL career on Friday night against Carolina. And I was trying to understand the logic behind this because he hasn't been taking reps as the first string quarterback. He's been with second and third teamers. Well, now he's going to be there with the first teamers against Carolina. I don't know how that sets him up to fail. Now you're with more talented players that you might have on your team when you're the starting quarterback at some point during the NFL season. But we're already, it's already shifting towards, what happens if, he doesn't do well in the first game? I think they're they're having him start because everybody else is injured. I don't know if that's setting him up for failure. You need somebody to play quarterback. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater's ready to play. It's a great opportunity for Shedeur Sanders. I hope he does well. And you get to play with the first team and maybe take some first team reps today and get ready for Friday night's game against Carolina. But I don't think he's being set up to fail.
What in the orange and brown chaos is going on in Cleveland? You thought the Browns were going to sneak through preseason like a quiet Midwestern church service? Nah, this is the Browns, baby, where the drama hits harder than Myles Garrett with a helmet in hand. And just when you thought the QB room was going to be a calm little tea party, boom, viral moment. Garrett and Flacco, the defensive beast and the icy vet, just lit the internet on fire. And the kindling? One word, Shedeur.
Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting in the first preseason game as QB1 against the Carolina Panthers at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, August 8th. Now, I don't know if he jumped up from 4 to 1, or I don't know if they're just trying to see exactly what they're working with. Or we don't know if they're just trying to throw him to the fire. All I know is this is not his first rodeo when the pressure is on. He has always been able to overcome, and I think he was born for moments like this, and it's against the Carolina Panthers. I don't see too much of a threat when it comes to their defensive line. I don't see too much of a threat when it comes to their secondary. This should be a...
Yes, Shedeur Sanders, the rookie who came in with the swag of a man who already bought his Hall of Fame gold jacket off Amazon Prime. And guess what? Now it's not just fans yelling QB1 like a bunch of teenagers at a One Direction reunion. Nope. The locker room's starting to whisper it, tweet it, probably even pray it. So what exactly happened to send the Browns into this quarterback-themed fever dream? Well, imagine Joe Flacco, the seasoned vet, the guy who's been in more quarterback meetings than most of us have been to actual meetings, dropping a smirk when someone asked about Shedeur's, not a dismissive smirk. Oh no, this was the, I've seen some things, and this dude might actually cook, smirk.
Excited to see Shedeur Sanders on the field against another team live action. So Joe didn't say nothing toxic, or he didn't put nothing, bad out there or whatever. They go with the clicks and views. People will say he said something crazy, but he was being respectful of Shedeur Sanders, man, being the vet that he is, the mentor that he is to Shedeur, as Shedeur gets ready to go in there and start his first preseason game, his first NFL game, man. And who would have thought coming into this whole situation that the first game against the Carolina Panthers and Jimmy Horn, you would have Shedeur Sanders as the starting.
And Myles Garrett, the man built like a Marvel villain? Yeah, he didn't exactly hold back either. He didn't tackle Shedeur's in practice. He practically hugged the idea of him, like a proud older brother watching his little sibling finally beat the big boss in a video game. No sacks, no trash talk, just vibes. And that, my friends, is the news. Let's be real. When a defensive leader like Myles starts giving someone that subtle nod of respect, it's like the football version of Gandalf saying, "You shall pass." And when Flacco, who has seen the absolute horror show of quarterbacks across the league, starts looking at Shedeur's like he might actually have the juice, that's not hype. That's prophecy. Now, let's remember, this is Cleveland. The Browns don't just hand out compliments like Halloween candy. Nah, you gotta earn that with blood, sweat, and at least one practice clip that gets 1 million views in 24 hours.
I think he looks good, but all the guys look good right now.
G3, I saw this on social media yesterday. His opinion is that Sanders is being set up to fail. I don't think they're doing it deliberately. These are the Browns. Like, I don't think they couldn't set up anyone to fail. If they set someone up to fail, they're going to succeed. I think this is just the circumstance. Dylan Gabriel's injured. Kenny Pickett's injured. Joe Flacco's in bubble wrap because he's the week 1 starter. Tyler Huntley just got there. But it's going to be, as Kevin Stefanski said yesterday, Sanders and Huntley in the preseason opener.
And that's exactly what happened. Shedeur stepped onto that field like he just walked out of a GQ cover shoot, spun the football like it was auditioning for Dancing with the Stars, and then casually dropped dimes like he was trying to pay off everyone's mortgage. He looked cool. He looked calm. And he looked exactly like the guy who isn't just trying to survive camp. He's trying to own it. You could see it in the receivers' faces too. There was that look. You know the one. The, wait, this isn't practice anymore. This is performance art. Look. Suddenly, roots got sharper, hands got stickier. Even the water boy was sprinting like it was the Super Bowl. The Shedeur effect was in full force.
Big game coming tomorrow, so let's just start there. A lot of excitement in the city here, Nick.
Yeah, listen, a preseason game, especially the first one here in early August, doesn't really generally have a lot of juice, but this one does, and that is because of the approaches and the availabilities of each team's quarterback. So Bryce Young will start this game. Remember last year, Dave Canales, then a rookie head coach, chose not to put Bryce Young out there until the last of 3 preseason games, and that went for the other starters as well. So by the time they got to week 1 in New Orleans, they just did not look in sync, did not look together. In fact, Young.
And the best part, this ain't even regular season hype. This is preseason. This is practice. And yet, it feels like LeBron just walked back into town and said, "Don't worry, I got this." Of course, somewhere in the corner, Deshaun Watson's probably sipping Gatorade like it's spiked with confusion. Because how do you compete with this kind of momentum? How do you walk back into the QB1 conversation when the rookie just got an unsolicited endorsement from Captain Sack and Uncle Flacco? That's like showing up to prom after someone already showed up in a helicopter with a smoke machine.
Are you talking about a situation where he's possibly to a point where we're talking about him really being a part of this franchise, man? Because right now it's just kind of up in the air. We don't know what's going on. They just signed another quarterback, Tyler Huntley. So it's just one of those situations, man. It's like I think everybody's trying to find out what's necessarily going to go on with this and why is this the move. Just looking at some of these comments.
Cleveland has 5 quarterbacks. Shedeur Sanders, obviously the hot name right now. He is number 4 on the depth chart, but he will start in the game. That's because Kenny Pickett has a nagging injury. Dylan Gabriel, Sanders' fellow draft classmate, has a nagging injury. Joe Flacco has a nagging injury, which is called being 40 years old. So he will not be out there tomorrow night. I'm almost 40, so I can say that. So it is up to Shedeur Sanders tomorrow night to start for the Browns. And really, this is his first big opportunity, Colin, because he's been taking reps so deep down the depth chart all training camp. This is his first big opportunity to say, you shouldn't have passed on me a handful of times, Cleveland.
It's not even about the stats anymore. It's about vibe metrics. leadership aura, pocket poise. The way Shedeur points at his receivers like he's calling his shot, Babe Ruth style. And the team? Oh, they're eating it up. The Browns haven't looked this united since, okay, well, maybe never. Let's be honest. This might be the first time since the invention of football that Cleveland has a quarterback situation where people are actually smiling. And the fans, don't even get started. The Twitter fingers are on fire. There are already Shedeur's jersey mock-ups floating around the internet faster than a conspiracy theory. Someone's definitely setting up a Shedeur's for QB1 GoFundMe just to pay for a billboard. And if this keeps up, someone's grandma is going to get a tattoo that just says QB1. But this isn't just about going viral. This isn't just off-season noise. This is the kind of locker room energy that makes coaches stay up late wondering if their depth chart is already out of date. You can't manufacture this kind of momentum. You either have it or you don't. And right now, Shedeur's has it wrapped up, boxed, and sent overnight express.
Shedeur Sanders, the teammate of Travis Hunter at Colorado and the guy that made it all the way to pick number 144 before being selected by the Browns. He's fourth on the depth chart, but he's number one in the preseason opener for Cleveland. Myles Garrett addressing the question with reporters of how Sanders has conducted himself during his rookie training camp. Here he is.
So let's first start with our quarterback. DK, what are we making of Shedeur Sanders making his pro debut? He is QB1, but just for this first preseason game.
I think, Tommy, this is a great opportunity for him. And it's driving me kind of crazy because I'm seeing a lot of people upset. Like the same people that were saying he should have been a first rounder are now upset that he's starting a preseason game because he doesn't have enough reps. This is the NFL. It isn't Pee Wee football. Like, life's not always fair. And when an opportunity presents itself like this, you've got to take advantage of it. And the crazy thing is I think Shedeur might actually do that. The one key thing, and I said this yesterday when I was on the show, like, Kevin Stefanski, what he's saying is 100% true. This is going to be the most basic, easy offensive playbook that Shedeur will ever experience in his time in the NFL.
So yeah, Flacco and Garrett didn't come out screaming, he's the guy. But they didn't have to. The nods, the reactions, the body language, it's all there, like a high school drama where everyone's secretly in love, but nobody says it out loud. Except instead of love, it's confidence. And instead of drama, it's football greatness simmering beneath the surface. And here's the kicker. This whole saga isn't over. Not even close. If Shedeur's keep stacking days like this, it's going to get real awkward real fast for everyone else. The Browns might be sitting on a future franchise QB and accidentally found out because he decided to start cooking at training camp like it was MasterChef. So buckle up, Cleveland. The storm is coming, and it's wearing number 14. Shedeur didn't just walk into the building. He walked in like it was already his, and apparently the vets are starting to agree. Whether it's a passing of the torch or just a momentary flash of brilliance, it doesn't matter. The spark has been lit. Shedeur Sanders is in the building, and QB1 might not be a debate for much longer.